This is a compliance hearing following an order to participate in a Texas Family First case. Mr. Barfield is with us representing the mother, Miss Mann, who is with us. Cody Pirtle represents one of the fathers, Angel Jimenez. He is father to William. He is not with us. Angel Jimenez is not with us. And then the father to Melvin and Reverie, Dakota Turlington, he is not with us.
For the record, Your Honor, Mr. Turlington, I don't believe was ordered to work any services in this case. And since it's not a SAPS, I'm not sure that he's actually a party. He may be listed as the father, but we're not asking for him to do anything.
All right, I'll go ahead and remove him then, and my paperwork will remove him as a party.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Keegan Ramirez, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ramirez, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Alvey.
Mr. Ramirez, you're an FBS worker working with the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services.
Yes, sir.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Haven Mann and William Jimenez, who have been ordered to work services in this case?
Yes, sir.
His Haven Mann continuing to cooperate and work services in this case?
Yes, sir.
Has she completed any of the services that she was ordered to complete?
At this time, she hasn't completed them, but she is actively participating in the services ordered by the court.
Is her actively working the services making it safe for Reverie, Melvin, and William, the children that are part of this case, to be continued in her home?
Yes, sir.
Any concerns with the children at this time?
No, sir.
My understanding is that Miss Mann has worked services to a point where she's in phase 2 of the TFF program.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additional services that Miss Mann needs to be ordered to work at this time?
No, sir.
William Jimenez was also ordered to work services. Is he continuing to work services in this matter?
Yes, sir. Angel Jimenez is actively working services.
And are there any additional services that Mr. Jimenez needs to be ordered to work at this time?
No, sir.
Is he and Haven still living in the same home?
Yes, sir.
And are they working services together?
Yes, sir.
And everything seems to be going according to plan.
Yes, sir.
And because they're both working services, and because they have not completed all of their services, you're only in stage 2 of this program. Are you asking the court to continue the orders that are in place?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Your Honor, I'll pass this.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Barfield, any questions?
No, sir. Things appear to be going well. So.
All right. Mr. Harris.
Your Honor, no questions.
Okay. Mr. Alvey, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Barfield, anything further?
I just, Haven, do you have anything that you have any questions about?
No, sir.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Harris, recommendations?
Your Honor, it sounds like mom and dad are doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like there's any continuing danger with remaining the children in their home. Ask that they just continue on to work their services. And I believe that recommendations in the best interest of the children.
Okay. All right. Then I will order the parents just to continue working the services as have previously been ordered and as they are working. I'll set the next compliance hearing for November 5th, 2025. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearings, so parties can either talk to their lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before November 5th to see exactly what time we will have that hearing. Okay, we will be in recess on this case. I'll be back at 9:15 to call another compliance hearing on another Gray County case that is involving the Fuller, Cook, and Rivera children. So we'll be in recess. Everybody have a good rest of your week. This is a compliance hearing following an order to participate in a Texas Family First case. Mr. Alvey's with us for the department. Ms. Lucero is with us representing the children. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the mother, Ms. Maribel Ramirez, and she is with us.
Ms. Jordan, you're an FBS worker working with the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services.
Yes, sir.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Maribel Ramirez, who is the mother to Liliana, Exaniel, and Oliver, and she's been ordered to work services?
Correct.
And is she currently working the services that she has been ordered to work?
Yes.
Has she completed any of the services that she has been ordered to work?
No, not completed, but currently in progress and making good progress.
Due to the progress that she's making, would you agree with me that the children are safe in her care at this time?
Yes.
My understanding is she is in phase 2 of the TFF program.
Correct.
Are there any additional services that the court needs to order that Ms. Ramirez work at this time?
Not currently.
Are you asking then that the court continue the previous order and that Ms. Ramirez can continue to be working the services in the TFF program?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all that I have. I'll pass it.
Thank you, Mr. Nowak.
Judge, I don't have any questions. I'd just like to thank the department for their excellent weekly updates and their hard work with Maribel, and congratulate Maribel for working hard. Judge, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Ms. Lucero.
Your Honor, I don't have any questions.
All right. Ms. Jordan, I had one question just from, well, a couple of things from reading the report. Talked about Exaniel getting services through TPC and juvenile probation. What do you know what he's on juvenile probation for?
I believe it's voluntary probation, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it has to do with his behaviors and all the police call outs that they've had to the home.
Okay. Megan, you're shaking your head. Does that sound about right?
Yes, that's the understanding of the department.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And then I don't know, maybe one of these kiddos has a middle name. I read something that Oliver was starting to pick up behaviors from Exaniel. Who's Oliver?
Oliver is the younger brother.
Okay. I show Reverie, Exaniel, and Liliana. Am I missing one of the kiddos?
No, sir. My apologies, Your Honor. They call him Oliver, and I just didn't put his first name. His middle name is Oliver. I didn't put his first name in there. It is Reverie.
Reverie. Okay. I just wanted to be sure I didn't miss something. Okay.
I apologize.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, then. Ms. Lucero, any recommendations other than Mom keep doing the excellent work she's doing?
No, Your Honor, I agree. She's doing really well, and just to continue to just work her services, and she seems to be able to handle, the kids, even with the issues that they have and doing her services. So I just recommend that the children stay with her.
All right. Okay. Ms. Ramirez, congratulations on how well you're doing on the services. If there's anything that we need to do for you, don't hesitate to let somebody know.
Okay. One thing, I don't know, there was a mix-up in the paperwork. His name, Reverie, is not part of his name. His first name is Oliver. It's
Okay.
Oliver Bryce Fuller. I'm not sure what the mix-up was there, but
Okay. We'll get
Reverie's not his name.
What did you say the middle name was?
Bryce.
B-R-I-C-E?
B-R-Y-C-E.
C-E. Okay. Okay. If the department's got that wrong, they'll amend their petition, and I've changed that in my paperwork. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Okay, then I will just order that Ms. Ramirez continue to work the services that she's already working. I'll set our next compliance hearing for November 5th, 2025. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So, Ms. Ramirez, you can either ask Mr. Nowak or someone from the TFF program a day or two before November 5th, or anyone can go on the court's online docket to see exactly what time of day we'll have that hearing. So, all right, then that will conclude this hearing. I'll be back at 9:30 to call another Gray County compliance hearing on another Texas Family First case involving the Castillo child. So we'll be in recess. Y'all have a good rest of your week. This is a compliance hearing following an order to participate, and this is the Texas Family First case. Mr. Albie's with us for the department. Mr. Harris is with us representing the child. Mr. Michelson is with us representing the father, Mr. Granillo, and I assume that's him with Miss Castillo. And then Miss Grant is with us representing the mother, Miss Castillo. So,
Mr. Ramirez, as an FBS worker, are you familiar with Ariel Castillo and Renee Granillo, who are the parents to Orson, the child, the subject of this case?
Yes, sir.
And they have been ordered to work services through the Texas Family First program.
Yes, sir.
And their services are going to be similar together. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have they been actively working the services they were ordered to work?
Yes, sir.
As active participants in the TFF program, do you have any concerns with their child remaining in their home?
No, sir.
Have they completed, or has either parent completed any portions of their services at this time?
Not at this time.
Are there any additional services that the court needs to order today?
No, sir.
Are you asking then that the court continue Ms. Castillo and Mr. Granillo under the current orders for the Texas Family First program?
Yes, sir.
My understanding is that they're in phase 2 of this program at this time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. I'll pass the witness, Sean.
all right, Miss Grant, any questions?
Sir, how quickly do you believe we need another hearing in this case based on the speed at which the services are being worked?
I would believe, let's see we're in September right now. I'm hoping that they should be done before November, is what my understanding is.
Great. And you don't have any anticipation of any added services that would delay us, correct?
Correct.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Michelson, any questions?
Not based on Ms. Grant's questions. No, sir.
All right, Mr. Harris, anything?
No, sir.
All right, then, Mr. Albie, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
We're ready.
And I wish the rest of the day would go as smoothly as the first part of the day's gone, but I don't expect that.
Anticipate that, Your Honor.
All right, then. Ms. Grant, I assume you didn't have any witnesses?
You're correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Michelson?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Harris, anything you need to add?
No, sir. Based on the testimony and reading the court summary, the parents are doing what they need to do. The children should remain in their custody so they can finish out their program.
Okay, all right, then. I applaud the parents for working the services so quickly. Congratulations on that. I will just order that the parents continue to work the services that have previously been ordered. And I will set the compliance hearing for November 5th. That'll be our next hearing. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So parents can either ask their lawyers a day or two before November 5th or ask anyone with the TFF or St. Francis about exactly what time of day we'll have that hearing, so you don't just sit around in the waiting room for no reason. So, okay, we'll be in recess on this case. I'll be back at 9:45 to call a Dallam County final hearing involving the ward child. So everybody have a good rest of your week and have a good weekend. This is a final hearing involving the ward child. Mr. Albie's with us for the department. Ms. Ledbetter's with us for CASA. Mr. Turner is with us representing the child. Mr. Pirtle is with us representing an unknown father, and Mr. Michelson is with us representing the mother, Miss Ward. Mr. Michelson, she's not in my waiting room. Were you expecting her?
I have attempted to contact Yolanda Ward, and I have not had any success in reaching her. I have a telephone number, and that's about all I have for her.
Okay. All right, then. All right, then. This case was set for 9:45. It's now 9:46. We'll go ahead. I'll watch the waiting room in case she shows up. I have Yolanda Novak and Shelby Gregory in the waiting room.
Judge, Yolanda Novak was going to be my witness, and if you could allow me and Yolanda and Stacy a quick breakout room before we begin, I don't anticipate that this will be a very long hearing.
Okay.
Your Honor, Shelby is the CASA volunteer in this case.
Okay, great. I'll get her in.
Your Honor, before I call any witnesses, I have 2 exhibits that we just emailed to everybody to make sure that they have copies of. Petitioner's exhibit number 1, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the original petition in this matter, with the corresponding affidavit.
All right.
And petitioner's exhibit 2, Your Honor, would be a paternity registry search, and the results of that paternity registry search.
Okay, any objections?
No objection.
All right, petitioners 1 and 2 are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Ms. Yolanda Novak.
All right, Ms. Novak, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Novak, you're a St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
Yes.
And in that capacity, you are familiar with Gideon Ward.
Yes.
Where is Gideon currently placed?
In a fictive kin home in Lubbock.
And how long has he been in that home?
Since the middle of June of 2025.
And is that home meeting all of Gideon's needs at this time?
Yes.
And if he's been there about 3 months and he was about 6 months old when he went in that home?
Yes.
Is the current placement reporting that there are any withdrawal symptoms from Gideon, or that there are any problems with his development at this time?
Not currently, no.
Is the current placement making sure that he attends all of his medical needs or appointments?
Yes.
Is Gideon doing well in that home?
Yes, he is.
Has that foster placement discussed with you any possibilities of permanency?
Yes, they would like to adopt if they're able to. And Gideon's brother, they have he's placed there with him, and they have adopted him.
As far as you know, that placement doesn't have any criminal history or any history of illegal substance abuse?
Correct. Excuse me, correct.
There are no safety concerns with the child being left in that home. And as far as you know, if adoption becomes available, there would be no obstacles in this child being adopted in that home.
Correct.
Child's mother is Yolanda Ward.
Yes.
Have you had any contact with Miss Ward?
No, sir.
Do you know if Miss Ward, and I understand that you have not been the caseworker in this case for very long, but is it your understanding that Miss Ward has not had any contact with Gideon since the child was born?
From what I understand, yes.
And as long as you've been the caseworker, no, Miss Ward has not had any contact with Gideon.
Correct.
There was a alleged father that was named at the time that the child was born. Your records reflect that we did a DNA test on that alleged father.
Yes.
And that alleged father was ruled out as the actual biological father of this child.
Correct.
And since that time, we've not had any contact, or do your records reflect that we've not had any contact with Miss Ward? So she's not provided us with any other names.
Correct.
Is it your understanding from reviewing the record that Miss Ward tested positive for methamphetamines at the time of the child's birth?
Yes.
And that the child tested positive for methamphetamines at the child's birth?
Yes.
And that the people who were with Miss Ward when she was giving birth to Gideon caused such a disturbance at the hospital that the hospital had to shut their doors and shut down, lock everybody out.
Correct.
That's an environment that would not be safe for any infant child.
Yes.
We do not know what Miss Ward's current environment is, where she lives, under what circumstances she's living, or anything, do we?
No, sir, I do not.
And is it after reviewing the record, is it your understanding that Miss Ward has had other children that had been removed from the department and had her parental rights terminated?
Yes.
In fact, the foster home where Gideon is currently placed has one of those children.
Yes.
Would you agree with me then that Miss Ward knowingly placed Gideon in a condition or surrounding which endangered his physical or emotional well-being at the time of his birth?
I'm sorry. I was trying to adjust the speaker. I didn't hear. I was trying to increase the volume. I didn't hear your statement.
You bet. I'll re-ask my question. Would you agree with me that Miss Ward knowingly placed Gideon in conditions or surroundings which endangered his physical or emotional well-being?
Yes.
Would you agree with me that Miss Ward engaged in conduct which endangered the physical or emotional well-being of Gideon?
Yes.
Would you agree with me that Miss Ward has constructively abandoned Gideon, who has been in the department's care for more than 6 months?
Yes.
In fact, she has, you and your previous permanency specialist involved in this case have taken reasonable steps to attempt for reunification.
Yes.
There was a service plan that was developed. Since you've been the permanency specialist, you've reached out to Miss Ward at all of the possible contact information that we have.
Yes.
And we've provided a safe home for Gideon, safe placements for him, with the anticipation that if Miss Ward was to make herself available, we could place Gideon eventually back with her.
Yes.
She has not had significant contact with Gideon since the time the child was born.
Correct.
She's not exercised regular visitation with Gideon.
Correct.
And she has not demonstrated to you that she can provide a safe, stable environment for Gideon to go home to.
Correct.
With her history of substance abuse and the fact that she was positive for methamphetamines at the time the child was born, would you agree with me that it's a much more stable environment for Gideon for him to remain in his current foster placement?
Yes, I do.
There's nothing that would make you think that placement would have any problems in the future, or that any concerns for Gideon's safety in the future?
No, it doesn't.
Do you believe that it's in the best interest of Gideon for Miss Ward's parental rights to be terminated?
I do.
Nobody has reached out to you to admit that he may be the father to Gideon.
No, sir.
Reviewed your records when you became the permanency specialist. No one had reached out to any of the previous permanency specialists in this case, admitting that they may be the father.
Correct.
We did a paternity registry search. That paternity registry search doesn't have anybody listed as the father.
Correct.
Are you asking then that for any unknown father's parental rights to be terminated also?
Yes.
I believe that would also be in Gideon's best interest.
Yes, sir.
If the court terminates the unknown father's parental rights and Miss Ward's parental rights, are you asking the court to name the Texas Department of Family Protective Services as permanent managing conservator of Gideon while we work towards an adoption?
Yes, sir.
I believe that's in Gideon's best interest.
Yes, I do.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Michelson. Questions?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Novak, you've already testified that her current whereabouts are unknown. Is that correct?
Correct.
And has the foster mother made any comments regarding attempts by Yolanda to contact her?
Not the current foster mom, no.
Okay. Past foster parents have indicated that?
I believe his previous placement did with the previous worker, sir.
Okay. And was there an attempt by the department to follow up on that?
I believe the previous worker did follow up with that placement that had contact with her, and there was no engagement from Yolanda Ward with the worker.
Okay, thank you. Has the department continued its attempts to locate Ms. Ward?
Yes, I did a finder's search recently in August. It is a Vine link with Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and it provides the most recent addresses or most likely addresses. I went and visited the last 3 known addresses for her in Dalhart, and I had no success in finding her. I also had a coworker help me contact people and numbers on the persons list, and those numbers were either disconnected or if there was a person contacted, they no longer associated with her and did not know of her whereabouts.
Okay, thank you. A case service plan was created by the department?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if she was made aware of that case service plan?
From the records, it doesn't look like they were able to contact her to go over it with her, sir.
Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Pirtle, any questions?
No questions.
All right, Mr. Pirtle, we missed you at our 9 o'clock hearing this morning.
I'm sorry, Judge. My phone was dead and I got it charged.
Okay, all right. Mr. Turner, questions?
Ms. Novak, to the best of your knowledge, the mother knows that Gideon is in care with the department, correct?
Yes.
And from the best of your knowledge, she has had experience with other children that have been in care of the department, correct?
Yes.
And so if she was interested in getting in contact with either Gideon or the department, it's logical to assume she would probably be able to do that if she so desired, correct?
Yes.
And to the best of your knowledge, she has not done that.
Correct. As far as I know, no.
I think you stated Gideon was born and tested, when he was born, he tested positive for methamphetamine exposure, right?
Yes.
Is he suffering any continuing developmental or health problems as a result of that?
None reported recently. I know in the beginning he did have tremors and he seems to have grown out of those. But when I saw him in August, he was happy, healthy, little guy, doing well.
Okay. So like you stated, he's doing very well in his placement.
Yes, sir.
Are there any health concerns at all at this point?
None that I know of, sir.
And is his current placement potentially a permanent forever placement for him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Anyone have further questions for Ms. Novak?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Albee, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I'll rest.
All right, Mr. Michelson, witnesses.
No witnesses, Your Honor, we rest.
Mr. Pirtle?
Your Honor, no witnesses for the unknown father.
All right. Mr. Turner, did you have any witnesses?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay. Yolanda, I think Mr. Albee touched on this, but the department created a service plan for mother, correct?
Yes, sir, we did.
And I assume since there's been no contact at all, she hasn't worked any of the services contained in her service plan?
Correct, sir.
Had she worked those services, could possibly the child have been returned to her?
If she would.
If she had worked services?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So would you say that the department, through creating that service plan, has made reasonable efforts to return the child to the mother?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. If no one has any further witnesses, Mr. Turner, recommendations?
Your Honor, I would recommend to the court that the parental rights of both the mother and the unknown or alleged fathers be terminated, and that the department be named permanent managing conservator and Gideon's placement be continued.
Okay. All right then. CASA, Ms. Ledbetter, or your volunteer, Ms. Gregory, any recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor, we agree with Mr. Turner, and the volunteer would like to stay on this case until Gideon can be adopted.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. All right then, based on the evidence I've heard today, as well as the exhibits that have been admitted, I do find that it's in the best interest of the child, Gideon Ward, that the parental rights of the mother, Yolanda Lynn Ward, be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today based on Texas Family Code Section 161.001, subsections B, 1D, E, and N, as in Nancy. I further find that it's in the best interest of the child, Gideon Ward, that the parental rights of any unknown father be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today based on Texas Family Code Section 161.002, B3, as well as the paternity registry search, which is on file and is admitted as an exhibit in today's hearing. I will name the department permanent managing conservator. I will continue Gideon's current placement. I will continue Mr. Turner as the child's attorney and CASA in this case. All other court-appointed relationships will be dismissed after all appellate and de novo periods have expired. Mr. Michelson, if you do happen to have any contact with Ms. Ward, explain her de novo and appellate rights.
I will, sir.
All right. I'll set the next review hearing in this case for November 19th. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So parties, any parties left in the case can go on the court's online docket a day or two before November 19th to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. Okay, we will be in recess on this case. I'll be back about 10:15 or so to call another final hearing on another Dallam County case that involves the Simone and children. So we'll be in recess till then. Everybody have a good rest of your week. This is a final hearing involving the Simon or Simone, whichever pronunciation is correct. That's involving the children, 3 children. Mr. Albee is with us for the department. Casa is with us. Ms. Lucero is with us, representing the children. Mr. Michelson is with us representing Juan Perez, who is an alleged father to Valeria and Ava. They are, Mr. Michelson, were you expecting your client?
No, sir.
All right. Mr. Barfield is with us representing an alleged father, Juan Morales. He's the alleged father to Marco Simon. He is not with us. Mr. Barfield, were you expecting him?
I am not, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Kincaid is with us representing any unknown fathers. And Ms. Grant is with us representing the mother, Maria Simon. I show she's in TDCJ. Ms. Grant, were you expecting her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
We attempted, but I believe that we're going to be asking for an extension today.
Who's going to be asking?
I may be looking at the wrong. Give me 1 second, Judge.
I know that we've got a final this afternoon. Well, this morning, 11:45, a Wheeler case involving the Green children. We've got I wasn't told that this case would have an extension.
You're correct, Judge. I'm looking at the wrong line on my page. My apologies.
Okay. All right. So we are ready to proceed. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have Yolanda Novak, Alicia Walker, and Tanja Sherrill in the waiting room.
Judge, Ms. Novak is going to be a witness. Alicia Walker may be a witness, and Ms. Sherrill is a counselor, and she's been under subpoena to be a witness.
All right. So who do you want to call first?
Let's start with Ms. Novak, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Novak, if you'd unmute. All right. Thank you, ma'am. You were previously sworn today, so you are still under oath. So, Mr. Albee, you may proceed.
Judge, before I elicit any testimony, I have a number of exhibits that we have previously sent to all the parties, and I would ask that they be admitted.
Okay.
Petitioner's Exhibit 1, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the original petition in this matter with its corresponding affidavit.
Objections?
No objections.
Petitioner's 1 is submitted.
Petitioner's Exhibit 2, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the temporary orders in this matter.
Objections? All right.
No objection.
Okay, and I'll just, if when I say objections, if nobody speaks up, I'll assume there's no objection. All right, go ahead, Mr. Audi.
Thank you, Your Honor. Petitioner's Exhibit 3, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the status order in this matter.
All right, objections? All right, Petitioner's 3 is admitted.
Your Honor, Petitioner's Exhibit 4 is a certified copy of the supplemental petition, which correctly identified all of the parties.
All right, objections? Okay, Petitioner's 4 is admitted.
Petitioner's Exhibit 5, Your Honor, is the order for substituted service on Mr. Juan Perez, a certified copy of the order for substituted service on Mr. Juan Perez.
All right, objections? All right, Petitioner's 5 is submitted.
Petitioner's 6, Your Honor, would be a certified copy of the order for substituted service on Mr. Juan Morales.
Objections? All right, Petitioner 6 is admitted.
Petitioner 7, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the family plan of service for Miss Maria Simone to be working services.
All right, objections? All right, Petitioner 7 is admitted.
Your Honor, I'm going to skip out of order. I'm not going to introduce a couple that we had previously sent to everybody, but so Petitioner's Exhibit 10, Your Honor, would be a certified copy of the paternity registry search for the children involved in this case.
All right, objections? All right, Petitioner's 10 is admitted.
And then Petitioner's Exhibit 11, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the judgment of conviction on Miss Simone.
All right, objections? All right, Petitioner's 11 is admitted.
And then Petitioner's 12, Your Honor, is a certified copy of the judgment revoking community service and ordering some prison time for Miss Simone.
All right, objection? All right, Petitioner's 12 is admitted.
Thank you.
Just so I can ask Mr. Albee, Petitioner's 10 was a paternity registry search. Are there separate searches for each of the children, and they're just all?
I think they're all together in this particular case, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to know. Okay, thank you. All right, then if that's all your exhibits, then you may proceed with Ms. Novak.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Novak, you're a St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
Yes.
In that capacity, you know, are familiar with Eva, Valeria, and Marco, who are the children the subject of this case?
Yes.
Eva is how old?
She is 10.
And Valeria is how old?
9.
And how old is Marco?
Oh, Marco. 6.
And where are the 3 children currently placed?
Placed in a legal risk home in Austin, Texas.
Are they placed together?
Yes.
And when you say a legal risk home, what does that mean?
It means if they're able to adopt, they intend to adopt.
They made it, that particular placement has expressed an interest in having all 3 children in their care on a permanent basis?
Yes.
If they are a legal risk foster home, that means that they have gone through some background checks and some training. Is that correct?
Yes, they're a licensed foster home.
What kind of training is it required to become a licensed foster home?
I don't know each individual training, but they go through their CPA and they do online courses to become licensed.
With the training and the background checks, do you believe that it's safe for these 3 children to remain in that home?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe that that home and environment would be stable for these 3 children?
Yes, it is.
And is that something that would be stable and safe in the future?
Yes, sir.
Any concerns with the children remaining in that home?
No, sir.
Children's mother is Maria Simone or Simon, Simon?
Yes.
And where is she currently at?
She's at the TDCJ Canes unit in Gatesville, Texas.
And do you know how long she's going to be in that particular, or how long she's going to be in TDC at this time?
The projected release date is August 27th of 2026, and there was no listing for estimated parole.
So at least from what you're looking for at the TDC site, she's not going to get out for another year.
Correct.
And if I told you that the judgments were for state jail felonies for 14 months, that sound about right?
Yes.
I know that you have, well, how long have you been the caseworker in this case?
Since the end of May of 2025.
And who was the caseworker prior to you?
Alicia Walker.
Since May of 2025, when you became the caseworker, have you had conversations with Maria?
Yes, I visited her in June when she was in Dumas County.
And at that time, did you discuss with her service plan?
I did not discuss her service plan at that time, no.
What were your conversations with her?
I had to have a translator, and they allowed me to use my phone. So I gave her updates on the children. I asked her then if she had heard anything of the status of her case with the charges. And I just gave her an update of how the kids were doing.
When you took over the case, did you review the file to determine if there had been services worked by Miss Simon?
Yes, sir.
And have you had conversations with Miss Walker about whether or not there were services worked by Miss Simon?
Yes, sir.
And has Miss Simon worked the service plan as ordered by the court?
Not completely.
Do your records reflect that she completed any services?
Yes.
What did she complete?
Sorry. I have that she completed rational behavior therapy on October 10th, 2024, and a parenting class July 30th of 2024.
Are there services on that service plan that she started but did not complete?
Yes, and I'm sorry, she also completed an OSAR in 2024.
And you cut out right there, Ms. Novak, she completed what?
An OSAR screening in 2024.
Okay. What services did she start but not complete?
Well, she's currently incarcerated, but she hasn't maintained stable housing or employment. She did do drug screenings, but she has not been able to drug screen since being incarcerated. I don't show that she was attending counseling, but did not finish counseling. I think that's all, sir.
Would you agree with me that while she's incarcerated, that she is not providing a safe and stable environment for her children?
I agree.
Do you know what she was convicted of?
On the site, it states that she had a DWI, three charges for that, and one for.
Judge, I'm going to object to hearsay unless we can set the proper foundation for what site we're discussing.
All right, sustain.
And let me handle that in a little bit different way, Miss Novak. Hang on just a second. Judge, if you give me just a minute, I'll pull up mine.
Okay, sure.
If I told you that she was convicted of tampering with government records, does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
And if I also told you she was convicted of driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years of age, would that sound correct?
Judge, I want to renew my objection as we still need proper foundation for the question to be asked so that I can determine if there's hearsay responses.
Okay. Judge, and I'll rephrase my question. Ms. Novak, if the admitted exhibits show that she was convicted of driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years of age, would you have any objections or would you be able to argue with that?
No.
If the admitted exhibits show that she was convicted of tampering with government records, you don't have any arguments with that?
No.
Can we tie those to exhibit numbers, Mr. Alley, for the record?
Yes. The exhibit 11, Your Honor, would be a judgment of conviction for 18 months TDC state jail on tampering with government records. Exhibit 12, Your Honor, would be a conviction 18 months TDC state jail on the driving while intoxicated with child under 15 years of age.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Novak, do your records reflect that Ms. Simon has been exercising her since May any visits with the 3 children?
No.
So at least for June, July, and August, 3 months, she hasn't had regular visitation with the children?
Correct.
When in May did you take over? Can you remind me?
I don't remember the exact date. I'm sorry.
But from the time that you took over, she wasn't exercising regular visits with the children?
Correct.
You said that you went and talked to her in June while she was incarcerated in Moore County Jail. Did you reach out to her in July and August through TDC?
Yes, I visited her in May with Alicia, my first visit with her. And then I visited her myself in June. And then July, she was moved to TDCJ. So I did not have contact with her in July. And then in August, I had a call with her in the consulate I didn't personally speak to her because they interpreted for me. And I sent her a letter and pictures in August.
Have you taken steps to maintain contact with her, and those steps would have been available if there's a possibility of reunification?
Yes, sir.
All right. Last witness at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Grant.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, are you aware of any additional legal holds that may cause Ms. Simone to continue to be incarcerated once her sentence is complete?
When I spoke with the consulate, they sent me an email of their conversation with her, and they said that she may be deported once she's released, but I don't have a way to confirm that.
Because are you experiencing, if I represent to you that there have been some difficulties in communicating with her since she's incarcerated, would you have any reason to disagree with me?
No, ma'am.
And are you experiencing the same difficulties based on language barriers and the fact that she was moving during the course of preparing for this final hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
And if I represented to you that there exists a hold through the Immigrations, Customs, and Enforcement on her current incarceration record, would you have any reason to disagree with me?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any opinion as to her suitability as a parent prior to her incarceration?
I believe she wasn't able to keep her children safe, and I don't know if she understood the medical needs that Eva needed. And the youngest, Marco, doesn't speak Spanish. He's lost most of his Spanish, and I'm concerned that she would not be able to communicate with him. And I'm concerned that she's not able to keep them safe.
Have you been present during any conversations with Maria regarding the option in a case such as this to relinquish her parental rights and allow the children to stay here should she be deported?
I have not, ma'am.
Okay. Have you received any such relinquishment from Ms. Simone Pachia in this case?
No, ma'am.
And is the Maria Simone the same as Maria Rosa Simone Pachia, which is the legal name of who you are referring to as Maria Simone?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, we did have a mediation in May.
Okay.
But that's the only thing I was a part of.
That's fine. And I don't want you to go into mediation discussions, but I do understand your response and I appreciate that. Have you had any success in setting up any video calls or visitation with Miss Simone since she's been taken into custody?
No, ma'am.
Have you attempted to do any such visitation?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay, but you've made your monthly contacts through at least letter. Would you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've updated all of us through the course of the case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you visited the children in this case?
Yes, ma'am, before they were moved to Austin. And then I do virtual calls with them.
And do the children express any interest in reuniting with their mother in her home country?
They have not.
Have they expressed any interest in remaining where they are currently at?
Yes, they have.
And what interest have they expressed to you, if you can share with us, please?
When I spoke to them about moving and being adopted, they at first they were unsure what adoptive meant, and so explaining that to them, and then explaining they would be there throughout the life of the case until we know the decision of rights. but they are thriving there. They enjoy being there. Once they had visitations, the family came to visit them here. And after visiting them, they wanted to see them again and wanted to stay and live with them in Austin.
Okay. If you recall, I'm changing subjects. If you recall, what were the recommendations of the rational behavior assessment that Ms. Simone completed as far as rehabilitative services?
I don't know if I have that, ma'am. That was.
I apologize.
No,
If
I'm
I
sorry.
represented to you that her RBT recommended outpatient treatment, would you have any reason to disagree with me?
No, ma'am.
And would you have any reason to disagree with me if I represented to you that it also recommended follow-up aftercare as long as necessary until discharged?
I can't disagree, no.
Okay. And do you have any evidence or conversations that you've had with Ms. Simone that indicate completion or beginning of those services prior to incarceration?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Has Maria been cooperative with you through the life of the case?
Yes, she's, every time I went to see her, she agreed to meet and visit with me.
And when she visited with you, was she appropriately concerned for her children?
Yes.
Ask relevant and appropriate questions about the safety and security of her children?
No, she didn't ask that question, no.
Okay. Did she have any way that she communicated to you to complete any further or additional services while she was incarcerated?
No.
And is there any way or ability that you have as a caseworker to provide services to an incarcerated individual?
I've requested a courtesy worker to be able to go visit her in person. They have not been able to schedule to see her yet. And on the TDC website, there were a couple classes that they offer. One was parenting and there was a special needs substance abuse for felony punishment facility. I'm not sure what that is, but I was gonna see if the courtesy worker could find out the details of those two classes that she might be able to take, and if they have a translator, a person that could translate for her.
And as far as translation services go, have you, I did not understand your response about how you translate with her when you visit her. Did you say you're allowed to use your telephone or you're not?
Yes, they allowed me to take my cell phone in, and St. Francis has a translation line for Spanish. So that's what I used.
Okay. And is Spanish Miss Simone's first language?
No.
Is her first language actually Quiche of one of the Guatemalan tribal dialects?
Yes.
But she understands Spanish appropriately enough to communicate with you in a meaningful way, do you believe?
Yes.
Okay. And lastly, as far as her attendance here today, have you made similar attempts to my office to notify TDCJ of this Zoom hearing today?
No.
Have you had any conversations with Maria about the date or time of this hearing today?
I believe I sent it in the August letter, but again, I don't know. From what I was told, she can't read English or Spanish, so I'm not sure if she was notified, ma'am.
Okay, but have you found TDCJ able to assist her with communication issues when you need to speak with her?
No, I had to have the consulate translate for me. That they didn't offer a translator for me.
Okay. Do you have reason to believe by any efforts of yours outside of my office that she understands that a hearing is occurring today?
I do not know.
Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kincaid?
Thank you, Your Honor. Has Miss Simone ever indicated to you the name of a different father than the ones that are listed in the pleadings?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone else identified, including the children, anyone else that could be a potential father for the children?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll pass witness.
All right, thank you, Mr. Barfield.
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, have you had any contact whatsoever with Juan Morales?
No, sir.
Has Juan Morales, to your knowledge, ever tried to contact the department in reference to being a father in this case?
No, sir.
Did the department do a paternity registry search to determine if there had ever been a paternity registry done for Juan Morales?
Yes, sir.
And what was the result?
I don't have the exhibit, but I don't think there was anyone registered.
Okay. Would you have, or anyone at the department know the location of a Juan Morales?
No, sir. I did reach out to the consulate to search for him, and they did not have enough information to continue their search.
Would it be a fairly common sense thing? You know, Juan Morales is such a common name that it was very difficult to find someone named Juan Morales without any more identifying information.
Yes.
Okay. And another silly question, but has Juan Morales worked any services to mitigate removal in this case?
No, sir.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Michelson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Novak, could you tell me any attempts to locate Juan Perez?
I've contacted the consulate for him as well. And again, they didn't have enough information to continue their search. I did set up a phone call with Maria and the consulate for them to interview her to see if she had any additional information. And she did not. And they told me they wouldn't be able to continue to search.
Thank you. And other than myself, was any notice to Juan Perez provided for this hearing?
The paternity registry?
No, for this hearing. Was there any notice to Juan Perez?
No, sir. I have an unknown location for him.
Okay. And was a family service plan created for Juan Perez?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did he ever have an opportunity to review that?
Not that I know of, sir. No.
Okay. And was a paternity registry search done for Mr. Perez?
Yes, sir. I believe.
Okay. And do you know what the findings of that search was?
It was no hits.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Right, thank you. Ms. Novak, concerning the paternity registry search, there wouldn't be one for Juan Morales. It would be for all three of the children. And if he was going to claim that, it would show up in that form, not that they would say Juan Morales did not register, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
No, that's right. I wanted to be sure that he'd ask you if there was a paternity registry search on Juan Morales, but it would not have been. I just wanted to clear that up. So.
It was a poor question on my behalf. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Ms. Lucero, questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Ms. Novak, prior to, well, let me ask you this. Was Ms. Simone, was she arrested back in March of this year?
Yes.
All right, then. And then at that time, she went to the Moore County Jail. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. But prior to that time, she had been working her services, correct?
Some, yes.
Okay, because you mentioned she completed the RBT and the parenting and the OSAR, correct?
Correct.
And then she didn't have her own housing, but she was living with family. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And as far as working, she reported and her employer verified that she was a dishwasher there at a restaurant in town. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so, and then she had actually started some virtual visits with the kids. Is that right?
Yes, she did.
All right. And would you agree with me? I know that the kids now have a new counselor but one of the previous counselors, have you had an opportunity to review some of those therapy notes or counseling notes?
I did not.
Okay. So would you have any reason to disagree with me that the kids, all three of the kids, were looking forward to seeing their mom at those virtual visits?
I don't disagree, no.
Okay. All right then. And so so as far as you know, those visits were ongoing until she was abruptly arrested, correct?
Correct.
Now, would you also agree with me that due to the translation issue, interpretation, things like that, that's caused an issue in this case?
Yes, it has been difficult.
Now, you stated that according to the TDCJ website, it shows August of next year that she would be possibly released.
Yes.
But it's unknown if that there's a possibility, since she sat in Moore County for a few months before she was transferred, that she could be released earlier. There's a possibility.
I guess there could be. I
Okay.
can't confirm that.
All right, and I understand that. And then as far as any ICE holds or holds by immigration, we're not sure what the outcome of that would be. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Has Miss Simone ever talked to you and said that if she is deported, that she would want her kids to go with her?
No, she has told me that she wants her kids, but I haven't talked to her about if she was deported, ma'am.
Okay. But as a parent, or you may or may not know, as a parent, if you're deported, would you agree with me or disagree with me that a person's children can go with them, or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. When you talked with the kids and you visited with them virtually, have they expressed a desire to see their mom?
They have not brought her up at all.
Has placement advised you that they have mentioned their mom?
No, placement told me they haven't brought mom up to placement either.
Okay. Did you ask them specifically about that, or that's just something that placement shared with you?
I asked placement about it, and like future contact placement if I'm sorry, if rights were terminated, if they would allow post contact, and they said yes if they had contact information for Miss Simone.
Okay. And currently the kids have been there in their placement for about 3 months, is that right?
Yes, since the I believe it was June 17th of 2025.
Okay. And as you testified earlier, the kids are doing well in that placement, correct?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
All right. Ms. Novak, you testified that mom was abruptly arrested in March. Do you know what for?
I believe that was for the fraud.
Tampering?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then on Petitioner's Exhibit 12, where she was convicted and sentenced for driving while intoxicated with child under 15 years old, do you know which children were in the car?
I do not, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, I read in the report that she had drug tested consistently pretty much until she was arrested. Had quite a few negative UAs, but a lot of those negative UAs were negative dilute. Is it correct that neither St. Francis nor the department consider a negative dilute to be a valid UA drug test?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else have further questions for Ms. Novak? No?
I do,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Mr. Albee?
I do. I do.
I'm sorry. I thought you said no. Go ahead.
No. Thank Ms. Novak. Nobody has reached out to you to claim to be the father to any of these 3 children?
No, sir.
Mr. Morales nor Mr. Perez have contacted you to claim to be the father?
No, they have not.
In Your Honor, you asked about the paternity registry search. My exhibit number 10 includes actually 3 separate paternity registries, one for each child. There are no fathers listed on any of those 3.
I printed it
So,
once. We covered that with her.
Okay. Ms. Novak, just to make sure, nobody has filed any documentation requesting to be named as the father to any of these 3 children.
Correct.
Has any of the children talked about wanting to go to Guatemala?
No, sir.
Have any of the children talked to you or to placement, and placement reported it to you that they do not want to go to Guatemala?
No, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Novak. I'll pass it with you, Sharon.
All right, anyone else?
Your Honor,
Just one more, Judge.
Okay.
Go ahead, Stacy.
Thank you, Brooks. I'm sorry. Ma'am, you stated that the information you have is a release date of August of 2026. Did I hear that correctly?
I believe it's the 27th, but yes.
August 27th of 2026?
Yes.
And would you agree with me that that is less than 2 years from today's date?
Yes.
Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Barfield.
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, and based on the other questions, have the children ever mentioned who their father is?
Not to me, sir, no.
To your knowledge, have they mentioned who their father is, or whether it's Juan Morales, to anyone at the department or St. Francis?
In the records, I read that they didn't even remember who their father was.
I appreciate that. No further questions, Judge.
Okay, anyone else for Ms. Novak? No? Okay. All right, then, Mr. Albee, any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I would call Alicia Walker.
Okay.
Ms. Walker, you were previously a permanency specialist working with St. Francis Ministries.
Yes.
In that capacity, you were aware of Eva, Valeria, and Marco, Simon, or Simone?
Yes.
Were you the permanency specialist in that case when the children were removed from their mother?
Yes.
And when did you stop being the permanency specialist for them?
It was April 18th of 24.
And during the time that you were the permanency specialist, did anybody claim to be the father to any of these children?
No.
Did you do a finder's search for Juan Morales or Juan Perez, who were named by mom to be the possible fathers?
No, I had just reached out to the Guatemalan consulate to see if they could help.
Did the Guatemalan consulate, were they able to provide you with any additional information for either of those people to help find the people that were alleged to be the fathers?
No.
So during the time that you were the caseworker, you didn't have any knowledge of anybody who was the actual father to these 3 children?
Right.
Did you help produce a service plan for Maria, the mother of these 3 children?
Yes.
Did you go over that service plan with Maria so that she at least understood some of the services that she needed?
Yes, I did.
What language did you communicate with her in so that she understood that?
It was in Quiche.
And was that through a translation service?
Yes.
And do you feel comfortable that she understood the services that she needed to do and complete?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
During the time that you were the permanency specialist, do you believe that Miss Simon was actively attempting to alleviate the reasons for the children's removal?
She was working some of her services. Yes.
Do you think she understood what she was trying to do?
To an extent, yes.
My review of the file shows that the reason that these children were removed from Miss Simon was because she had left them in a position where the two girls had been sexually assaulted, or at least, yeah, in some form or fashion sexually assaulted. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she was drinking pretty heavily at the time of the removal?
Yes, she was.
Did you find that she was learning not to be or not to drink so heavily, or that was a concern for her?
She admitted that that was a concern for her and had continued to drink after the children were removed from her care.
Who was her counselor that she was going to?
Tanya Cheryl.
And did Miss Cheryl convey to you that there were concerns that she had about the counseling that she was providing?
Yeah, she had many concerns for Maria.
After she conveyed those concerns to you, did you have concerns that Maria was not going to be able to provide a safe and stable environment for the children?
Yes.
In your review of the file and of the records in this case, do you believe that Miss Simon engaged in conduct that placed her children in danger of physical, that she caused danger to the physical or emotional well-being of her children?
Yes.
Do you believe that Miss Simon knowingly placed her children in conditions or surroundings which endangered the physical or emotional well-being of her children?
Yes.
During the time that you were the permanency conservator or permanency specialist, excuse me, for these three children, did Miss Simon exercise visits with the children?
She had 2 virtual visits with them.
When were the children removed from her?
It was in March of 2024, or May of 2024, I believe.
So you had the case from May or June of 2024 until April of 2025?
It was March, I'm sorry, of 2024.
Okay. So you had the case soon thereafter until April of 2025.
Right.
And she exercised 2 virtual visits with the children?
Yes.
So would you agree with me that she has not regularly visited or maintained significant contact with her children?
Yes.
As a permanency specialist, you've already testified you helped develop a service plan for her. Did you maintain contact regularly with Miss Simon?
Yes, I would visit her every month.
Did you explain to her what she needed to do to be able to have the children return to her?
Yes.
Did you do that in a language that she understood?
Yes, I would always try to use Quiche, but Quiche interpreters weren't always available, so I would have to use Spanish anytime I couldn't get a Quiche interpreter.
Did she acknowledge that she understood the things that you were talking to her about?
Yes.
From what you know of Miss Simon in the year that you worked with her, do you have an opinion as to whether or not it would be in the children's interest to have their parental rights, have Miss Simon's parental rights terminated?
I do think her rights should be terminated.
Do you believe it would be in the best interest of her children for that to happen?
Yes.
Why?
Because this isn't the only intake we've had on her. We've had 3 other intakes on her in the past 4 years. And I don't think she really educationally is able to keep her children safe.
Are you aware of where the children currently are placed?
Yes, they're in a home in Austin.
And do you know what kind of home that is?
It's a potential adoptive home.
That would be a stable, safe environment for the children for their future.
Yes.
Have the children discussed with you while you were the permanency specialist whether or not they know anything about Guatemala or want to go to Guatemala?
No, they didn't.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Grant.
Miss Walker, were you the caseworker on any previous intakes for Miss Simone?
Just this current one.
So you have no interactions with her on the previous intakes that you mentioned, correct?
Just what I've read in the case files.
Okay. And after those other intakes, were the children reunited with their mother?
Yes.
Were any of the previous intakes, did any of those also cause removal of the children?
Yes.
So would you agree with me that Maria has shown ability in the past to complete services successfully?
Yes.
And would you agree with me that prior to being arrested in this case, she was working towards the services ordered in her service plan?
Yes.
And was she cooperative with you to the ability that you each could, considering the language barrier?
She was.
Do you know if Maria reads and writes Spanish, Quiche, or English?
No, she told me she's not able to read or write.
In any language?
Correct.
So any service plan that was provided to her through interpretation, she would have to be able to remember that conversation in order to know what was in her plan. Would you agree?
Yes.
Did she take any notes during that time?
No.
Was she physically present with you, or was this what type of communication was this, electronic or in person?
It was in person with an interpreter on the phone.
Okay. And did you document the interpreter's name, operator number, or any of that information?
No.
So, and was that interpreter sworn to a sworn interpreter during this conversation?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You, on the telephone call you were on, no one asked the interpreter to swear to interpret correctly. Would you agree with that?
Right.
Do you speak Quiche?
No.
So your testimony today regarding Maria's understanding of the service plan is based solely upon your observance of her body language. Would you agree?
Well, no, and though sometimes I would ask her questions and she wouldn't ask the question correctly, like even if it was in Quiche.
So there were times during your conversation regarding the service plan that she could not properly repeat the question back to you and required further clarification?
Yeah, just in general, when I would ask her things, she wouldn't answer it correctly. I'd have to figure out a way to answer it to where she could or I would have to figure out a way to ask the question where she could understand it.
And what was causing her misunderstanding to your belief?
I really don't know because it was in her language. I guess just her lack of education, maybe.
Okay. So based on the last few questions we've discussed, do you still believe that Maria fully understood everything you communicated with her to the degree necessary to maintain custody of her children?
I mean, she did the services that I asked her to do up until she got arrested, but I don't know if she really understands. I don't know if she has the education to really parent her children safely. She's just doing what we tell her to do.
Okay, and what actions did you take when you realized that you possibly had a parent that was not, due to their education level, comprehending the services required in their case?
I mean, this was discussed with her therapist during therapy. Like her therapist would always reach out to me and express these same concerns. And so her therapist would try to work with her to help her, with everything.
So the therapist was also reporting to you that Maria did not understand necessarily what was required of her. Is that true?
Yes.
But again, my question, if I can, I'm going to ask it again a different way. It wasn't a very good question. What services did you add to her service plan to assist her with her understanding or education that would help her to further comprehend what she needed to do or participate in?
I didn't add any services to her service plan.
So you knew early on in the case that there was a comprehension issue, but nothing was addressed regarding that?
I mean, all of her services were provided to her in Spanish. I mean, I don't know what else we could have done to get her to understand.
Could they have been interpreted to Quiche?
If it was available, but I don't think any of them were, except for therapy. Her therapist was able to get a Quiche interpreter at times.
Okay. And is that the same therapist you referenced that was still expressing concerns that Maria was not understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Have you yourself had any conversations with the consulate or requested to do so?
I had reached out to them in regards to finding the dads, but I never heard back with any information with them.
And during your conversations with the consulate, did you ever ask them if there's anything they could do to help with communications with Maria?
No.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge or understanding of parental rights can be based solely on immigration status?
I don't know.
Thank you. And is any of your decision to recommend termination based on the fact that Maria is not here a legal citizen?
No.
Okay. Are any of the issues in this case the same as previous issues that you've read in file reviews? If you recall.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of the same thing, her not really understanding fully.
Okay. Do you think Maria in your layman's opinion in conversations with her, do you think Maria understands why her children were taken in the first place?
I was told that Maria doesn't believe that her daughters were sexually abused because there's no proof.
Okay. And would you agree with me that Maria has never expressed any desire to lose her parental rights to you?
She does not want to lose her parental rights.
Okay. She's always maintained to you through your work on the case that she wanted to be reunified. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Pass witness, Judge.
All right. Ms. Kincaid?
Thank you, Your Honor. In your conversations with Ms. Simone, has she ever given you names of other people who could be the children's father?
No.
Has anyone else, including the children, ever mentioned to you any people other than the ones listed in the pleadings, someone who could be the father?
No.
And have you done any kind of search to determine if there's an unknown father that could potentially be located?
No.
Okay, I'll pass witness.
All right, Mr. Barfield?
Essentially, ma'am, same questions in regards to Juan Morales. Has anyone named Juan Morales ever come forth stating he's the father of these children?
No.
To your knowledge, has Maria, did she ever indicate to you that she knew where Juan Morales was living?
She said in Guatemala.
Okay. So would it be logical to conclude that he has not worked any services to mitigate the reasons for removal?
Correct.
Okay. And do we even know if Juan Morales is actually the father to any children involved in this case?
We don't.
Okay. No further questions.
All right, Mr. Michelson?
Thank you. Based on your earlier testimony, you indicated that you contacted the consulate regarding Juan Perez. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was the response from the consulate?
I never actually heard anything back.
Okay. And has anyone related to Juan Perez or Juan Perez himself contacted you?
No.
Okay. And was a case plan done for Mr. Perez?
Yes.
Okay. And did you complete that case plan?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to review the case plan with Mr. Perez?
No, I've had no contact with him.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Lucero?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Walker, there's been testimony, you've testified that there's been issues with, with language barriers in this case. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
And you've also testified that it seems sometimes that Ms. Simone doesn't understand or doesn't fully understand what's being required of her. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible that the cultural differences, being that she's from Guatemala, now she's in the United States, would you, in conversations with her, did you ever was it ever your belief that maybe the cultural differences were causing issues for her?
We never had a conversation about it.
Okay. Now, you'd mentioned that prior to her arrest, she had 2 virtual visits with the kids. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And what was her visitation like during the pendency of this case?
She would have virtual visits with the kids with the children's therapist present because he could speak Spanish, so he was able to translate.
Okay. And did she have virtual visits set up throughout the case?
No.
Okay. So that's what I'm asking. How did did visits eventually progress to virtual, or what did it take to get there?
Originally it was court ordered that she couldn't have any visits until she provided a negative drug and alcohol screen. And then it was when we found out that in a previous intake, she admitted that she had sex with a boyfriend while the children were in the same bed as her. It was ordered that she couldn't have any visits with the children until both her therapist and the children's therapist recommended that they could start.
Okay. And do you recall when both therapists, I guess, recommended that virtual visits could start?
It was in January of 2025.
Okay. So from the beginning of the case, I guess back in March of 2024 until January of 2025, she didn't have any kind of visits with the kids?
Correct.
Now, would you agree with me that the 2 virtual visits that she had, that they went pretty well, even though it'd been an extended period of time between her and the kids?
The first visit was a little emotional, but the second one was better.
Okay. And then would you you had provided some therapy notes from the prior therapist regarding the children. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you get a chance to review those?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay. All right. And would you agree with me that the kids did mention their mom and wanting to see their mom in those therapy notes?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
All right. Anyone else have further questions? All right. Ms. Walker, did you have throughout when you were on the case as a permanency specialist, did you, I know you had conversations with mother. Did you ever have conversations with any of the children?
Yes.
Did you ever have conversations with either mother or any of the children about the sexual abuse that the two girls outcried?
Well, they had said they don't know why they're in care. And I didn't want to really specifically say what happened to them. So I had asked if they had remembered what happened with their mom's boyfriend, and they said they don't remember.
Okay. And then did you have conversations did the mother ever tell you she didn't believe it happened?
She only told her therapist.
Okay. All right. Now, you answered for Mr. Albee that you believe that mom had knowingly placed or allowed the children to remain in conditions which endangered their physical and emotional well-being, and also engaged in conduct or knowingly placed the children with persons who engaged in contact that endangered their physical or emotional well-being. What is it you think she did to place them in danger?
She knew that, according to Valeria, she knew that the girls were being sexually abused.
Objection as to testimony about what my client knew.
Sustained. I'd have to hear whoever Valeria is. I'd have to hear from her. So she never talked to you about that, about the possible sexual abuse?
No.
Okay. Now, did you ever have conversations with her about this? There's been testimony that she was convicted of a DWI with a child under 15 in the car. Did you ever have any kind of conversations with her about that?
With Maria about that?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Okay. And I assume you never had conversations with the children where they said they were in the car when that happened or were not?
I didn't have a conversation with them about it.
Okay. All right. So if I understood your testimony correct, throughout this case, she's only had 2 virtual visits. That's all.
Correct.
Okay. Would you say that the service plan for Miss Simon was an attempt to, was a reasonable effort on the part of the department to reunify the kids with her?
Yes.
And I know she was working on that, but because she, whatever she did to become incarcerated, she didn't finish that plan, correct?
Correct.
If she had finished that plan, could she have been reunited with her kiddos?
Possibly.
Okay. Would you say then that at least as of today, because of her incarceration and not finishing her services, that she's demonstrated an inability to provide the children with a safe environment?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have further questions for Ms. Walker? No? Okay. Can she be, okay,
I
go
just
ahead.
have one more, just one
Go
more.
ahead.
Ms. Walker, in those therapy notes that you sent over to me, and I appreciate that. Would you agree with me that there was nothing that the kids didn't say anything regarding any type of sexual abuse in those records? Would you agree with me with that?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Anyone else? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're running way behind on this, but I'm going to recess this case to reconvene once there is proof that Miss Simone knows about this hearing, and it's going to have to be provided to her in Kichi, in her native language. If we need to get 6 to SAS to draft the notice to her to be sent to her by mail, certified mail, or if we could ever get mom on the phone so that 6 to SAS with Miss Grant could tell her about this hearing, then we'll recess. And I want to, when we come back, maybe I was going to hear this from someone else today, but I want to know which children were in the car with her when she was arrested for DWI and convicted of that. So what we need to do, I don't know, y'all can figure that out. Mr. Albee, the department, St. Francis, Ms. Grant can all get together, and if Sixth Assassin needs to help draft the notice, let's get with Brittany and get a reset date, and then let's get that sent to her so that we can show that we've done everything in the world to let her be part of this final hearing. So, okay, y'all just let
I
me
can do
know.
that, Your Honor. We have Miss Cheryl. Judge,
what about her?
We have Miss Cheryl in the waiting room. She's subpoenaed. Miss Cheryl has been subpoenaed. Can we bring her in and advise her that we're going to have to postpone continue today's hearing? I'll re-subpoena her.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll have to re-subpoena her since we don't know the date we're going to reconvene. But yeah, let me get her in. So,
right. Thank you.
Ms. Cheryl, this is Judge Graham. If you'd unmute, please. I apologize for keeping you in the waiting room so long. We've had some issues come up in this case. We're going to have to recess this case to reconvene later. I know you were under subpoena, but you are now released from that subpoena. And if they need your testimony at our future hearing date, they'll re-subpoena you for that.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, sorry I had to leave you in there so long. This matter just kind of came to a head. So
that's understandable.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then y'all get with, if you need Six to get her, send us the bill for it. And once we know that letter's gone out and she's received it, you'll have to get with Brittany to get the reset date, but I'll leave that amongst all of you so that you know your calendars are clear and you think you've got plenty of time to notify her. And again, I really want to hear about this DWI with child under 15. So, okay, we'll be in recess till we reconvene. Y'all have a good rest of your week. So this is a status hearing involving the Ferrer child.
Ms. Kopp, if you're a St. Francis Ministries Permanency Specialist.
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Hazel Ferrer.
Yes.
And where is Hazel currently placed?
She's placed in a residential treatment center in Sugar Land, Texas.
And is that placement meeting all of her needs at this time?
Yes.
Hazel was removed because there were some mental health issues. Are they being addressed at the RTC in Sugar Land?
Yes, they are.
Is she attending counseling there?
She is, and she's participating in the services that they offer there.
And do you know if she's on any psychotropic meds at this time?
She is.
And are those being regularly reviewed by a doctor?
Yes, monthly.
Hazel's mother is Audrey Ferrer or Audrey White?
Yes.
And were you able to have contact with Miss Ferrer and develop a service plan?
Yes.
Did Miss Ferrer help you develop that service plan?
Yes.
Was that service plan developed specifically for Miss Ferrer and her needs?
Yes.
Did she explain or acknowledge that she understood what the services you were putting in that service plan were?
Yes.
After you developed your service plan with Miss Ferrer, were you able to provide her with a written copy of it? And did she sign a copy?
I haven't went over it with her in person. I did email it to her. She did sign it and send it back to me, but I have not filed it yet.
The services that are in that service plan were outlined in your court report?
Yes.
And Ms. Ferrer didn't object to any of those when you sent it to her for her signature?
No.
She is named Juan Ferrer as the father to Hazel?
Yes.
Have you been able to locate Juan Ferrer?
I have an address for him, but I haven't had any correspondence with him. He hasn't replied to my efforts.
Will you continue to attempt to contact him and so that we can get a good address for him and have him served?
Yes.
At that point in time, will you be developing a service plan for him also?
I already developed a service plan for him.
But if additional things need to be added, then we'll add those.
But you haven't had an opportunity to go over that service plan with him or talk to him about anything, correct?
Correct.
Because of Hazel's behaviors, would you agree with me? It would not be safe to return her to either parent at this time?
At this time.
And it would be contrary to Hazel's general welfare to return her home at this time?
Yes.
Are you asking then that the court continue the department as temporary managing conservator of Hazel?
Yes.
Approve the signed service plan for Ms. Ferrer at this time?
Yes.
Judge, we would not ask that you make any orders concerning Mr. Ferrer until we've had some contact with him. And because we have an address, we're not asking for any substituted service at this time. We may ask for that at a later date.
All right.
And Todd, just so you know, I sent you the citation return. He has been served by personal service.
There you go, Judge. I wasn't aware of that, and Leslie probably did send it to me. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Okay. I'll make a note that he has been served.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
And I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Grant, questions?
Cassie, are there any additional needs that have come up for the mother's service plan since she reviewed it with you and signed it?
No, she let me know that she's already met with the provider to do the psychosocial, so I'm just waiting on that report back.
Okay, and that the results of that report will dictate any future services you may request. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Did you pass the witness, Ms. Grant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Barfield, questions?
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, what type of contact is Hazel getting with her siblings?
She can call them when she wants to. She has supervised visits with the mom virtually, but her siblings, if she wants to call them, she can. It's fine.
To your knowledge, have those visits been going well?
The visits with her mom, yeah, she says she really enjoys them.
Good. Okay, that's all the questions I have.
All right. Anyone else? All right, then, Mr. Albee, did you have any other witnesses?
I do not, Your Honor. I'll rest at this time.
Ms. Grant, witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Grant, I would like to clear up your client's name, her legal name, White or Ferrer.
Audrey, could you clear that up for the judge? What is your legal name as listed on your legal documents?
Audrey Amanda White Ferrer.
Okay.
Is that hyphenated?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all I needed. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then, Mr. Barfield, recommendations?
I recommend placement continue as ordered by the court. Hazel appears to be doing much better than she was there for a while. And so I recommend that to continue.
Okay. All right. Okay, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, continue Hazel's current placement. I'll order the services for Miss White-Farrer as contained in her service plan. Mr. Albee, since he's been served now, does the department want me to order services for him or wait until he makes an appearance?
Judge, I may not want to wait till he makes an appearance because I don't know if he'll make an appearance, but I want to give us an opportunity to, now that he's been served, to talk with him before I order any services.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Your Honor.
Finally, I will order there be no contact between Hazel and Mr. Ferrer until recommended by Hazel's therapist.
You stole my thunder. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right, then, Ms. Ferrer, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I need to admonish you today that the services that are contained in your service plan become a court order today. Failure to work those services could be considered as one factor in a final ruling by this court at a final hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, then, that will conclude this hearing. I will be back very shortly to call a Wheeler County final hearing on the Green children. Otherwise, we'll be in recess. Everybody have a good week. This is scheduled as a final hearing involving the Green children. Mr. Alvey's with us for the department. Ms. Williamson's with us for CASA. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the children. Mr. Michelson is with us representing the mother, Miss Green. I don't show the father, Michael Green, with us. Oh, I show he's incarcerated. Mr. Taylor represents him. I think, as you all know, we haven't been able to get a hold of Mr. Taylor in quite some time. I'm going to go ahead and substitute a new attorney for Mr. Green. Brittany, if you'd kind of be looking at that, and we'll notify all the parties of who the new lawyer is before we conclude the hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have Angela Tidwell in the waiting room.
She's my witness, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Okay, I understand there's the department's asking that the case be extended. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let me ask first of all, does anyone object to that?
No objection.
No objection. All right, Mr. Alvey, if you just briefly state for the record, what's the extraordinary circumstance that requires an extension?
For most of the time that this case was pending, Your Honor, Miss Karina Green and Mr. Michael Green were incarcerated. In the last few months, Miss Green has been released from jail. She originally moved back to her home in Shamrock. She was trying to get on her feet. She started some services in Shamrock and was not able to complete those services. She then moved to San Angelo with her family. The children are in San Angelo. She is now diligently attempting to complete her services. We believe she's given a good faith effort to complete her services. We believe that would be sufficient to for the law to be determined an extenuating circumstance. We give her time to complete her services, possible reunification.
Okay, then I will first of all make that finding that Ms. Green has made a good faith effort to work her services, and because of her earlier incarceration, she needs additional time to complete those services. So I will extend the case and retain the case on the court's docket. All right, so we will be treating today's hearing just as a permanency hearing, just to see how the kiddos are doing. So, Mr. Alvey, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Miss Angela Tidwell.
Okay. Ms. Tidwell, do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Alvey.
Ms. Tidwell, you're a St. Francis Ministries pharmacy specialist.
Yes, sir.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Michael and Malachi Green?
Yes, sir.
Where are they currently placed?
They're currently placed with Donna Williams, the maternal grandmother in San Angelo, Texas.
And is that placement meeting all of their needs at this time?
Yes.
Is she making sure that both boys are attending all of their mental health, medical, and dental appointments?
Yes, sir.
Any special issues or special needs for either child that we need to bring to the court's attention today?
No, sir.
Children's mother is Karina Green.
Yes, sir.
She was incarcerated up until the summertime of this year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when she was released from jail, she was placed on probation and she went back to Shamrock, Texas, where her home was.
I took over this case about 30 days ago. I was unaware that she was in Shamrock. My apologies.
But now she is residing in San Angelo.
Yes, that is correct.
And she is attempting to work the services set forth in her service plan while she's in San Angelo.
Yes, sir.
And is she actively working all of those services?
Yes, sir.
Are there any additional services now that she's moved to San Angelo that we need to incorporate into her service plan?
No, sir, not at this time.
Is she actively seeking visitation with the boys?
Yes, sir.
And they're with her mother, is that correct?
That is correct.
And how are those visits going?
They're going well. We increased them to 4 hours a week, and they are supervised by Donna Williams.
Are we working towards the possibility of reuniting these boys with Miss Green?
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with me that we just haven't got to a point where we feel that it would be safe for the boys to be reunited with Miss Green?
That is correct.
She still needs to complete some of the other services she's working.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with me that it would be contrary to the boys' interest or general welfare to be returned to Miss Green at this time?
Yes, sir.
Michael Green is the father to these two boys.
Yes, sir.
He's still incarcerated in Whittier County.
He is actually at J. Middleton in Abilene, Texas.
So, do you know what he was convicted of?
No, not exactly. Sorry.
Okay. Do you know what his term of sentence was?
Yes, sir. He received 3 years.
Do you know when his possibility of release might be?
I believe it's in 2028.
And during the time he was incarcerated in Whittier County, did he work any services?
No, sir.
Have you communicated with him now that he's at the Middleton unit?
Yes, sir. I was able to send him a letter. He's unable to have visits at this time.
So he's not been able to communicate with you whether or not he can work any of the services that are in his service plan wise at Middleton?
Not at this time.
You would agree with me it would be unsafe to return the boys to his care at this time?
Yes, sir.
And contrary to their general welfare to do so?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking then that the court continue the department as temporary managee conservator while we continue to let Miss Green finish her services?
Yes, sir.
Last witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Michelson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Tidwell, is there any reason to continue supervised visitation?
I staffed with my supervisor, and that was what was recommended, was the supervised visitation. We could restaff it.
Okay. Do you ever see a point in time where those visits in the near future may be unsupervised?
Yes, sir. We could staff on that.
Okay. And with regard to a timeline of Karina completing her services, when do you anticipate she'll be completed?
She's nearly completed all of her services. She just has about 3 more things that she needs to do for services to be complete. And so I don't know the timeline on that. We would have to ask Karina.
Okay, and you just testified there was 3 things she needed to complete. What are those?
Yeah, she has a psychosocial that needs to be completed, and she also has 3 more individual therapy sessions.
Okay.
I need to be complete.
Okay. Are there any obstacles to completing her services?
No.
Okay. And I think based on our previous conversation, she's maintained good contact with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nowak?
No questions, just as always, excellent job, Angela. I sure do appreciate you and all the updates and taking my phone calls. Thank you very much, and thanks for working with Mom. Appreciate it. Thank you, Judge.
All right, then, Mr. Alvey, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
Thank you. Mr. Michelson, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nowak, recommendations?
Yes, sir, that the department remain temporary managed conservator of Michael and Malachi, that the placement of the boys be continued. Mr. Green's visitations obviously remain suspended. Michael and Malachi continue therapy. Mrs. Green continues to work her services. Sounds like she's doing a great job. And additional visitation as St. Francis and the department deem appropriate. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Ms. Tidwell, who's supervising Mom's visits now? Is it the Department of St. Francis or is it the placement?
No, sir, it's placement.
Okay, all right. That was my question. I was going to say, why couldn't we at least do that and not have it? So, okay. All right, give me just a second. Oh, I'm sorry, Casa. I want to hear what Casa has to say.
We have nothing further to add, Your Honor. We're in agreement with Mr. Nowak.
Okay. All right, then, give me just a second here. Brittany, I'm going to need another date for a permanency hearing within 120.
Okay.
You or Leslie or both of you can let me know.
Judge, I think December 17th would work okay.
That is what I was going to say. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Did I make my ruling, Amy? No, not yet. Okay. All right. First of all, as I said, I'll order the case be extended and retained on the court's docket. I'm going to order that Lorene Lucero be substituted for William Taylor as the attorney for the father, Michael Green. I'll continue the department's temporary managing conservator, continue the children's current placements, and I'll approve additional visitation for Miss Green, continue to be, at least at this time, supervised by placement. I'm going to leave it up to the department and Miss Green and Mr. Michelson to work out the additional visitation. I don't have a clue when they're available to do it or anything, or how much more we should do. So, but I will approve whatever the department and Miss Green and her attorney come up with for additional visitation. All right, we will have the next hearing on December 17th, 2025. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so parties can ask their attorneys, or anybody can go on the court's online docket a day or two before December 17th to see what time of day we'll have that hearing. Okay, this was our final hearing for the day, so we will stand in recess. Y'all have a good rest of the week and have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. You as well.
Uh-huh.